Hi, I'm Karen Scanlon. I am the proud Army spouse of Major Patrick Scanlon, retired. We have been married for 12 years, with 8 of those years as an active duty Army family. During that time, we welcomed 4 beautiful sons to our family in no less than 3 different states. In addition to our 4 sons, my husband has a son who's currently in college. We are excited to share that he has been selected as the recipient of the Army ROTC Scholarship at the University of Central Michigan. The service in our family continues. While in active service, my husband served as a logistics officer and as a simulation operations training officer. Post-retirement took us to Miami, Florida, and we are now in Arlington, Virginia. My husband still currently works with the military. He recently accepted a position with the Association of the United States Army. I am an Illinois licensed attorney, and I serve as an associate counsel at the Board of Veterans Appeals in Washington, D.C. I'm also the current president of the Military Spouse JD Network. We are a military spouse bar association. Our members represent all branches and all levels of service and all periods of service, from those newly sworn in to those currently serving to those actively transitioning out of active service. Our members include seasoned practitioners from many different areas of law, as well as law students. The Military Spouse JD Network was formed in 2011 to address the licensing burdens for military spouse attorneys when they relocate with their spouse on orders to a jurisdiction in which they're not licensed. 10 years later, the Military Spouse JD Network has been successful in advocating for a reduction in licensing barriers for military spouse attorneys in 39 states and the U.S. Virgin Islands. But our work hasn't stopped at licensing. Equally, military spouse employment has been a considerable focus for our organization. Through our Homefront Hired program, we have identified employment opportunities for our members with great success. Spouses with stable careers are integral to a smooth transition from active service to the service member becoming a veteran. MSJDN also has a pro bono program, Justice for Military Families, which offers placement for pro bono or low bono cases for Gold Star families through a partnership with the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. JMF provides an opportunity for military spouse attorneys to put their skills to work for families in our own community. I'm participating today as my role as president of the Military Spouse JD Network. However, in my current position with the Board of Veterans Appeals, the veteran community affects me both personally and professionally. Homeless veterans and their families having access to legal aid through VA could significantly impact their ability to locate and secure suitable housing because a legal barrier could be the reason for their homelessness. The ability to readily access proper legal representation can change everything, especially if a veteran can become eligible for a housing program or other transition assistance. The Military Spouse JD Network is proud to support the ABA's effort to remove legal barriers for veterans so they can access more of the benefits and the services that they need. Please show your support for this initiative by participating in ABA Day Digital and share your own stories about why this initiative is important for our veteran community.
Hi, my name is Alex Spizak. I'm an attorney with the law firm McDermott, Will, and Emery, but I'm here today talking to you as a member of the Military Spouse JD Network. I've been a member of MSJDN for over 3 years. I'm also the proud husband of a United States Marine. My wife and I have been married for over 7 years. During the course of our marriage and military journey, we've lived on opposite coasts of the U.S. for several years and experienced 4 overseas deployments. We currently live in Northern Virginia with our young son and 2 dogs. As part of my practice, I have volunteered with the DC Bar's Landlord Tenant Resource Center. Through this work, I've interacted directly with many individuals finding him or herself in the DC housing courts facing evictions and other related matters. I'm excited to have the opportunity to share why I think it is essential for homeless veterans and their families to have access to legal aid through the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. Housing laws and their mechanisms of enforcement vary from state to state. As such, there is no uniform solution for those who find themselves facing court proceedings from landlords seeking to evict tenants. I've seen firsthand the impact legal representation has on someone facing these dire situations, as it often means a difference between finding oneself evicted or availing oneself to statutory housing protections and legal defenses for non-payment of rent that lay individuals are not typically aware of or do not know how to assert. There are many reasons that a veteran may become homeless, including financial instability after leaving the military. MSJDN is joining with the American Bar Association to support access to legal services for homeless veterans and their families, and we fully support the passage of the Legal Services for Homeless Veterans Act, H.R. 3749, and the Homeless Veterans Prevention Act, S. 980, Section 3. These bills will provide necessary resources and access for our veteran community to get the help needed in circumstances where they find themselves homeless or facing evictions, providing housing security to those who have protected our national security. Thank you to the ABA for giving MSJDN this opportunity to speak on behalf of veterans and for advocating for increased access to justice for our veterans and military community.
Hi, I'm Allie. I'm a proud spouse of a naval aviator, a licensed attorney, and a longtime member of MSJDN. I'm excited to have the opportunity to share with you why I think it is so important for homeless veterans and their families to be able to access legal aid through the Department of Veterans Affairs. I have had the opportunity to work within the veterans law space for over 3 years as an attorney at the University of San Diego's Veterans Legal Clinic. Through our pro bono services, we are able to help veterans and their families, and many of our clients are homeless. Unfortunately, there are not nearly enough organizations like ours to help veterans with their legal issues. It is difficult to advocate for oneself under ideal circumstances, but homelessness makes it nearly impossible for many veterans to take the steps necessary to regain stability in their lives. Additional support for homeless veterans from the Department of Veterans Affairs would help bridge the gap in services to many of our most vulnerable and deserving veterans and their families. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Eileen Morrison, and for the past 11 years, I have been the proud spouse of a Marine Corps infantry officer. He is currently overseas on his 4th deployment. I am in Massachusetts with our 2-year-old, and we are expecting our 2nd child in June. I am also a lawyer and a member of the Military Spouse JD Network, MSJDN. I am a public defender, and before that I worked at Goodwin, where I had the opportunity to provide pro bono legal assistance to homeless veterans. I am thankful for the chance to share with you why I think it is so important for homeless veterans and their families to be able to access legal aid through the VA. We should do all that we can to remove barriers for veterans to access the benefits and services to which they are entitled, but are sometimes prevented from accessing without legal assistance. An annual survey conducted by the VA has consistently found that veterans consider legal assistance to be one of their most urgent unmet needs. But the VA currently lacks the statutory authority to fund legal aid in any way. The 2 bipartisan bills would change that. As a public defender, I have represented veteran clients. However, as a public defender employed by the state to provide constitutionally mandated criminal defense, I am only allowed to assist my clients in their criminal cases. I am not permitted to represent them in any civil proceedings that would allow them to access their veterans' benefits. In this way, even when veterans come into contact with the legal system, there can still be barriers to providing full, holistic legal services. That is one of the reasons why I believe that this funding is so important. I want to thank the American Bar Association for advocating for increased access to justice for our veterans and military community.
Hi, my name is Amy Rose, and I am a proud Air Force spouse. I've been married to my husband, Danny, for almost 9 years, but we started dating when he was just an ROTC cadet in college. Danny is an aerospace engineer and I am an attorney, and we are currently stationed in Northern California with our 7-month-old son, Sam, and our 8-year-old cat, James Madison. I am also a member of the Military Spouse JD Network. I became a lawyer like so many of you because I just wanted to help people. I saw the good that lawyers can do when we use our skills to advance the rights of others. And I am lucky to now connect both my personal and professional life working as an attorney at Swords to Plowshares, which is a veterans' rights organization in San Francisco. And in that capacity, I work on a daily basis with homeless and low-income veterans, advocating to obtain life-changing healthcare and other veterans benefits for my clients. And I'd like to share with you today why access to legal aid through the VA is so important for homeless veterans and their families. In my position at Swords to Plowshares, I see firsthand the unique struggles that veterans face in the transition back to civilian life. Many vets I work with have suffered significant trauma during service and often leave with undiagnosed and untreated mental health conditions like PTSD and depression or severe anxiety. This can cause barriers to finding and sustaining employment and can really make successfully participating in everyday life a challenge. Legal assistance to these vets is critical and will often mean the difference between having a roof over their heads or living unsheltered on the street. And that's why I am passionate about supporting the bipartisan bills in Congress that help to remove these legal barriers for veterans who need help the most. I am so thankful to the American Bar Association for helping ensure veterans find the justice and benefits that they deserve. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Dawn Guile, President-elect of Military Spouse JD Network, or MSJDN. I am also the proud spouse of DJ Guile, a military intelligence sergeant major in the U.S. Army who is on his 22nd year of active duty service. We recently celebrated 13 years of marriage, and together we have 2 girls ages 9 and 4 and a third baby girl due in August. Like many other military families, our family has endured multiple extended separations due to trainings and overseas deployments. Currently, I am an attorney practicing complex civil litigation in courts in Maryland, the District of Columbia, and Illinois, from where my husband and I originally hail. I have been honored to serve in various capacities for MSJDN over the past several years, and in my term as president, I look forward to continuing the good work that MSJDN does in its advocacy for military spouse employment, as well as its facilitation of pro bono legal services for Gold Star families. I am also a member of the American Bar Association, and I am thrilled that MSJDN has joined the ABA in calling on every legal professional and military advocate to help homeless veterans gain access to legal aid. The homeless veteran population is particularly at risk during this current COVID-19 pandemic, as the lack of legal assistance often puts these veterans in homeless shelters unnecessarily. We need you to join us in supporting 2 bipartisan bills in Congress that would give VA the authority to partner with veteran service organizations and other such organizations to provide legal services to homeless veterans. Please join us by posting pictures or videos of your support on all avenues of social media with the message "Protect Vets from COVID-19" and use the hashtags ABA Day and Protect Vets. Please also go to the ABA's website at ambar.org/ABA Day Digital, where you can find, edit, and send a pre-formatted email to your members of Congress. Thank you to the American Bar Association for your commitment to serving military families and for advocating for increased access to justice for our veterans and military community.